They never thought that it would be you, divining in your prime, stealing all the juice. Crazy, sexy, cool. We on top. We riding through. Tree guard near the way. And they can't even get a stay. Alright, guys, welcome back. I was talking about femininity. So, a way your femininity can be attacked. If your femininity was attacked as a young child and still is a reason for that because it's a superpower, right? Why I say it's a superpower because it is. Feminine energy is flow. You can manifest with feminine energy. But going back, how you could be compromised or, tainted or whatever you want to call it. Regarding me, myself, at a young age, when I was going through my menstrual cycle, it was very difficult for me. To this day, I don't like my menstrual cycle, but I'm learning that that's a part of being a woman. You have a menstrual cycle. But I know I'm not alone on that. But when I was young, it was very terrifying to have a menstrual cycle because I did not have the proper garments for the menstrual cycle. So I would always mess myself over, or I was feeling insecure about that. My mother was my caretaker, but a lot of times she didn't buy me those sanitary napkins. And I don't know why, but at the time, I didn't have them. I used cloth. I cut up cloth, things like that. And at one point, I didn't even live with her. She left. She lived with her new boyfriend, and we lived with her old boyfriend, which was also a child molester. So it was like a whole hectic thing. But they will attack your hygiene. I don't know if that happened to anyone else, but that definitely happened to me. I was not allowed to sleep. If I slept, I would be called lazy and all these other things. But I had what do you call it? Low iron. I still have low iron to this day. But you know, I didn't know that's why I was tired, but obviously my mother knew these things because she would take me to the doctor here and there. I even passed out at times. So yeah, these things happen. Me and my siblings, we didn't have good food. How can I say intake of food or good food at that? But we didn't intake food a whole lot, and if we did, it was like junk, or it was like lunch meat, sandwiches, things like that, hot dogs, oohs and oohs. But as far as my feminine energy, I couldn't sleep. Get that out of there. You can't sleep. I had to I had to clean more than anything. But I hated doing dishes. Like I would always get in trouble for that. Um, but yeah, they attack your beauty. I didn't get my hair done often. When my aunts came around, I would like beg them to do my hair, things like that. Of course, I would have my hair done when we go out, but on a regular, no, my hair wasn't done. Um, but yeah, they'll take your hygiene. They will even tell people that you have bad hygiene. They'll spread this around. Like anything that I have done as a teen, the whole neighborhood knew, you know. So they will make you feel very low and insecure. Um, and It's very embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. It's more like a humiliation spell or a humiliation ritual, whatever you want to call it, happening all over and over and over and over again in your life. And this happened to me a lot as a young adult and a teen. So I just wanted to share that how feminine energy is very important nowadays. People want feminine energy. They crave it. And when I say they crave it, because feminine energy is very balanced, it's very nurturing, loving, caring, all that good stuff. Usually a woman that's in her feminine energy, she wants to grow things. She wants to evolve things. She wants to mature things. She wants to cook things. She wants to beautify things. She wants to have things harmonized and sync. Um, and of course, the opposite of that is a woman that's in masculine energy, or you want to call a darker energy. She's more aligned to what a man has to say. She's more on the side of what the man has to say. She's more prone to be aggressive, to even be ready to attack, harsh words, um, condescending. She'll even pretend to be your friend and talk about you behind your back. Um, she will sleep with your man. She will, I don't know, but basically all things that are not divine feminine energy, of course. So, another reason why I'm bringing this up, because I've noticed that a lot of men cannot tell the difference between someone that is in divine feminine energy and someone that is just being manipulative and out for something other than their self. They're out for maybe their finances, or they're out to snake them, or they're out to manipulate a circumstance to go in their favor. Things like that. The divine feminine energy do not play those games. They don't do those type of things. They don't even operate with those type of people. Divine feminine energy is almost like she's branding herself without branding herself. She acts accordingly, and it's all because she works with the Lord, the Almighty God, and He works through her, and He guides her steps, and she follows Him. That's the first person that she is obedient to and submissive to. So, and she dwells in that energy. Divine feminine women, they dwell in that energy. They love to beautify themselves. They love to cook. They love to have things flowing in according in accordance to their life path. And they take that very seriously. And they go out in the world, and they present themselves how they want to be treated, and a lot of times that can be looked at as a threat, because people don't see, it's like, why are you in that energy? Why are you so peaceful? Why are you so calm? Why are you so enthusiastic about life? Why are you so optimistic? Why do you believe? What do you believe? Um, and that's a powerful thing when you think about it. We all have this energy. We have to tap into it. That's why I'm bringing this up, because I had to tap into mine, because I was losing mine through, circumstances, relationships, work that was sometimes that I didn't want to do. but I had to work. I had to um, raise money for my family. Um, I've been left without nothing. Even with men have left me with nothing. I had children with these people. They went on to new relationships, and my child was neglected. So that can put um, strain and frustration on a woman that is feminine, because she has to do it alone and she has to figure it out, and she doesn't have that man to help raise that child. So it definitely can become difficult, and I definitely understand. But we have to learn to just rely on the divine, God Almighty, whatever you believe in, to help us focus and to um, help us wind down on our feminine energy, and not neglect ourselves. We need to wear that mask, that protective mask, that life saving mask, before we put it on anyone else. And now I take that statement very personal, because I put life masks on people before I put it on myself. And a lot of times, we as feminine energy, we do that without even questioning it. But in the end, we are drained, we are frustrated, and we are depleted in that process. And I don't want you guys to get burdened and bitter and confused about who you are and your femininity. You don't have to be hard, you don't have to be rough, you don't have to be strong. We're not strong. We have strength, but we're not strong. Men are strong. We have strength to um, lead a house. Not when I say lead the household, yeah, you're in the household and you're leading. The man leads outside the household, but we lead inside the household, and we do a damn good job when you're putting your mind to it. And it's really simple if you're a feminine energy, that you can balance that out. But we have to um, realize that we can't do it all by ourselves. We need help, we need support, and you can ask for it in a different way than being demanding and arrogant and um, territorial, and you know just like it is what it is. I'm supposed to have this, but it's an energy that will give you that, all that you want, all that you need, because you are operating in a space where you love yourself and you know who you are, and everything is flowing around you. You know, our feminine energy, what we speak, what we say to our partner, it can make them or it can break them. You know, you have to um, be aware of what you say, how you say it, and yes, give clarity, but make sure you have a softness when you give the clarity, and give room, or make room, because us as feminine energies, we make room, and then we can take it or leave it. You know, we don't have to accept what people give us. You know, we are the creator, so whatever they give us, we can create with it. If they don't give us nothing, we don't take it because it's not, it can't, nothing can be created from it but dust. You know, we have to learn that we don't have to overpower anything. We can just stay in our essence, state what we want, what we need, what we require, what we you can suggest things. You don't have to resist because it's almost it's resisting. When you don't go with the flow, you're in resisting mode. You can only manifest from a heart space. That's why people that are narcissistic, they know that if you are burdened, if you are confused, if you are hurt, if you feel misfortune, if you feel tired, if you feel neglected, if you feel broken down, if you feel insecure and you don't love yourself, that you will not manifest. Know why? Because your heart space is closed. And that's the goal, for your heart space to be closed. Anybody that purposely hurt you, they hurt you because they know their heart space is closed, so they wanted your heart space closed so you can't manifest a goddamn thing. They wanted your faith to be broken so you can't manifest a goddamn thing from your heart space. That's a sad thing, but that's reality. That's the reality of things. That's the reality of the people. They don't want you to grow, especially past them. So they'll operate in a way where you will have misfortune, or they will put misfortune in your path because they don't want you to be great. They don't want you to succeed. If you have feminine energy, hold on tight to it. Cultivate in it. You know, set intentions upon yourself because people are preying on your downfall. Set intentions over your children. Set intentions over your life. Watch who you around. Don't leave your brushes around. People try to take weird stuff of yours and pray over it in a bad way. PREA. So, like I said, femininity is a superpower. Don't never forget. And you are blessed to have this feminine energy because it's a way for you to create. Creating is not just because you're a woman. Women, we are the lifeline. That's why, yes, a man can be successful without a woman, and a woman can be successful without a man. But together, we are magnificent. We can make planets move. You know, women are emotional, and men are the solid one. They have leadership and direction, and they can go places that we can't go. And they can see a lot of times what we can't see. But women's intuition leads them throughout their way. You know, with encouragement, with support, with just alliance, knowing someone is there for them, that's cheering them on, someone that can build with them, someone that shows loyalty and integrity to them. That's another, femininity is loyalty. If a woman is not loyal, she's not in her feminine energy, I would say. Women, we just have a loyal nature. And loyalty is everything to a feminine woman. We don't dwell in disloyalty. And it's a lifestyle. That's all I can say. Feminine energy is a lifestyle, is a superpower, is a way of being. And you cannot do things otherwise. These women have a je ne sais quoi about them, and they just move through life, and you just wonder about them. So if this is you, and you have been like this since a child, and people try to neglect that aspect in you, please comment, please share your story. I would love to hear it. Um, yeah, and I'm going to talk more about this topic. I'm just going blank right now. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Be safe.